Hey you guys, hope y'all are having a beautiful day. And this is actually the day after I did Tina's. I'm going to pretty much do the same questions that I did for Tina's reading, and if you haven't already seen it, I'm going to go ahead and put it in the top right corner so you can go ahead and check that out. But I'm going to be asking the same questions, just tapping into the energy of him and how he feels now that the Epstein files have been in the press lately. They've been public for a while, but now we're officially getting the release of these files. And I just want to kind of see also what energy is crowning him now that that is public. How does he feel about his son-in-law? Does he know what was really going on? You know, how does he just really feel in general about the news? Everything I say in this reading is alleged until proven otherwise. And this reading is for entertainment purposes only. All right, so we have creeping, an offer, and then fake accounts, bankrupt, and then we have photo proof as well. The first three cards, as I was pulling those, I heard he knows, like Matthew knows allegedly how his son-in-law gets down. Like he knows that pretty much he's done some very illegal things. It may not have been exactly as what was said in the Epstein files, but there's something along the lines of he knows how he is, what he does for illegal activities, allegedly. And even when I was getting the offer, I was also getting the energy of his daughter. Okay, I would just put it like this. It feels like more of like knowing but haven't seen things. Like he's heard rumors about this person, about his son-in-law, his activities. Because he knows or knew about certain things and activities and even opportunities, he was still willing to take the offer or the arrangement between his daughter allegedly and this son-in-law. Things that he was doing in the past, that's what helped push his daughter toward him. And it's not necessarily because of the Epstein files. Like, take away what you read in the files. It's just more so he's aware of the things, some of the things that this young man did, but it's still a business opportunity, allegedly. Also, with his fake accounts and the bankrupt, there's something here about he's aware that they're having money issues, allegedly. And because they're having alleged money issues, they cannot pay their way out of getting like the big media outlets to not cover this information or this story. They can definitely buy off some blogs, some media outlets, but they cannot buy out everybody. I just heard like hot off the press. So to me, that means that some of the media outlets, it was not worth what Jay was offering them to not cover the story. And it feels like allegedly Matthew knew that. Like he's not going to be able to pay off everybody. Because we have fake accounts, and I just heard bots basically cannot take away all the bad press, all the bad comments. I'm just seeing when they announced that he deleted his Twitter, or he did something where he changed his Instagram or his Twitter. He either deleted them or made them private. All the scrutiny, all the comments, the negative press that they're getting right now because of the Epstein file. He's aware of that, but he knows quite a bit of things because they made an offer. Just know that he knows some stuff. He may not know everything. He may have not seen everything, but he knows some things. It was enough for him to help support this arrangement. Tell me more about how Matthew feels. All right, stalker. Yeah, so Matthew does probably pay attention to the news. He probably watches the news. I'm seeing somebody like look at the newspaper, standing in front of I'm also like standing in front of the TV looking at CNN or like one of the like the headlines, the marquee at the bottom where those announcements at the bottom of the screen throughout the news cycle. So it's almost like to me he's definitely watching and seeing all the public scrutiny that they're under right now. Running, okay. Tell me more about this running card. All right, thief, dirty offer. Here's his daughter right here, Queen Rising, glowing up, all eyes on her, coming up, spotlight. Now he's seeing that, I heard the truth, so perhaps now he's starting to see that they've done dirty things, they've taken allegedly dirty offers that they're running from. You know, because I mean, look at all the people that have addressed being in these files that have come out and publicly said that they had nothing to do with it. But then look at all the people who are now like really quiet, not saying anything. Certain media are not reporting on them and the situation, and some are. Like it's a mixed bag on who's telling the truth and who's not. So to me, that kind of gives me like, all right, what do you have to hide? And then look at the hands of the dirty offer, which to me look like devil hands. You know, they've taken offers, her deals. And then we have thief, robbed, theft. Let me clarify this theft card. Theft of what? What's theft of what? Thief, impersonator, wants your life, copies your style, obsessed with you. Allegedly, for this card, it feels like when she went her separate ways from having Matthew be her manager, I heard you stole my time, you stole my daughter. In the beginning, it was an offer, they were okay with this arrangement, or things started happening and they started seeing that they were kind of like leaning away from Matthew and was trying to, starting that transition of, your services are no longer needed. And he essentially became like a Matthew to her. So now I'm going to ask, how does he specifically feel about his son-in-law? Look, again, look, the same thing. Steals your ideas, duplicated, just like the impersonator. Feeds off your creativity. So again, it's almost like that. You took my daughter. I don't like all the changes that I see. You took my place. It's not like giving like a weird family dynamic energy. It's just kind of giving like her husband can't do any wrong. It's kind of giving that to me. Like, you're her manager now. You manage her. You may not be her manager in name, but you manage her. And look, ain't shit. That's how he views his son-in-law. I'm telling y'all. And then look, marrying for money at the bottom. It did not turn out how he thought it would. I don't think anybody could have predicted, you know, everything that's transpired over the years, but he doesn't care for him too much. It feels like he would definitely be on board for his daughter leaving him. I feel like if there was a divorce, that if it ever came to that, her dad would probably be her biggest supporter in the process, helping her heal through that, and somebody that she could talk to. And then drama starter stirs the pot. Isn't this literally the same card that came up with Kanye's reading when I did the energy exchange between Kanye and Jay? Same card of how Kanye viewed him. Drama starter stirs the pot, loves the chaos, and this is how Matthew is viewing him, allegedly. Very much dad protectiveness. I want to protect my baby type of energy. Look what you have done. And I just heard like tarnishing her legacy, tarnishing her destiny. This is not the same energy as I had for Tina. It is completely different, y'all. This to me gives more of like father love. I just feel like I want to protect my baby, protect my daughter. I love her. It's just, ooh. I feel like he wants to like hug her. He wants to put his hands on her, like a big warm hug, like it's going to be okay. Okay, so that's how he feels about him. Let's see if the oracle cards will let us see how he feels about his daughter after this news has come out. Oh, we got grudge holder. I heard conversation, so maybe they need to have a conversation. Same shit, different day. He doesn't believe she's going to leave him. Then we have screenshot caught in 4K, saving receipts, acts over feelings. All right, then we have making it rain, hustling, focus on the bag, money is the mission. So yeah, I'm not getting that they talk as often as it seems. I was also getting the energy of the woman that he got pregnant, a woman that had his other child. So maybe that's something that's still like a constraint in the relationship where it's still kind of tense. But there's still some ill feelings as well, not only with the woman, but there's something still with like him being her manager. Things didn't go the way that they planned. I feel like that also affected their relationship too, because even as you can look at both of them, the energy and how they talk about each other changed. Just the energy between the two, you can just tell it was not the same as it had been from like her debut album and B-Day. You could just tell just the energy shifted there. It's definitely different. He does want to have a conversation with her. It just feels like also there's some money here that he knows they're having money issues or something, some conversations about money, because we saw bankrupt a moment ago and now we have hustling. So I just saw act 3 because Matthew himself has said bad press is still good press. He said something along those lines in an interview. So although they're going through all of this scrutiny, they're definitely going to look for a way to make money off of it. I mean, they have not addressed these files, but I feel like they're going to probably send a distraction of some sort. She does have a video I did on her before that I called She Will Be the Distraction. He knows what's going to happen, though. He knows they're about to probably amp up this rollout just so that they can definitely sway the eye of the public. They're going to do something. I just heard PR stunts. So yeah, don't be surprised. Some news out there, some rumors, some bad press on themselves, but it's not really bad press. It's just to get people talking about something else. Do not be surprised, but Matthew knows the play. He's even said multiple times that PR stunts are literally part of the business. All right, so now we're gonna just start from the top, work our way down. First, current energy. How does he feel about him? How does he feel about his daughter? And then we're just gonna go from there. Page of Swords. All right, Knight of Wands. And 5 of Swords. So from the cards, it just feels like, again, she's still watching the news, watching this play out, watching these stories about this sexual energy allegedly that are in the file. But then again, I feel like this restraint or not being able to communicate with, again, his daughter like he wants to, because all of this came at them fast, came at her fast. Because even as I'm looking at 5 of Swords, to me, I'm looking at this as him being the person in the 5 of Swords, picking up that last sword, like last man standing type of energy. Like, I tried to help you. I want to help you. Probably tried to help her, but all this stuff came so fast. And I was about to say she doesn't want to talk to me. So I don't know if he's already reached out to her, but it just doesn't feel like she want to talk to him right now. But he's watching the news. I'm still saying watching the news station. King of Wands, King of Cups. All right, the Star. Allegedly, you about to go down like Diddy did. Shouldn't have been hanging around Diddy, because Sagittarius, Scorpio, you about to go down like Diddy did, losing your money, stability, your foundation, everything you've built. I want to clarify this Star card. All right, so we have Page of Pentacles reversed and 8 of Pentacles. Now your money is about to be affected. Everything you worked hard for, you about to go down just like Diddy did, allegedly. It's a lot of pentacles, a lot of money on the line, a lot of households that are about to be affected, whether it be about this news or whatever is going to come out in the future. But you literally are putting our wealth on the line, everything you worked for. All right, one more. Wheel of Fortune. Yep. You about to go down just like Diddy. It's coming and everything's on the line. They're going to be negatively affected by this financially. All right, I'm going to pull one more card. Queen of Pentacles. I heard, man, why'd you have to do that? And look, Queen of Pentacles, his daughter, the Earth sign, the Virgo. And look, she about to go down right with him. That's what I heard. Allegedly. She about to go down right with him. Yep, moving forward. Yep. Everything we worked for about to go down the drain. And it's moving forward, full stop. How does he feel about his son-in-law specifically? All right, Six of Swords. We have Justice. And then we have King of Pentacles. Yeah, like he's been running from the law. He's been running from the legal system. He's been getting away with certain things over the years. I heard for the King of Pentacles, they can't help you now. So he could be feeling like he has been running from the justice system, as I mentioned. But whoever this King of Pentacles is, somebody that's a benefactor or someone of high status, and he's like, he can't help you now. They can't help you now. And then we have the Hangman here that came out to clarify the King of Pentacles. They cannot save you now. Look, he's hanging from, pull it up closer. Look, they can't save him now. He's hanging from this wheel. Whoever was helping you before literally cannot help you out now. You're going to have to just be the sacrifice. I just heard again, you about to go down just like Diddy did. Then we have the Virgo at the bottom, the Hermit. She's about to go down with him. So how does he feel about his daughter at this time? How does he feel about Beyonce at this time? All right, so we have Queen of Wands, the Emperor, Nine of Wands, and the Knight of Cups. It just gives me, he's viewing her as somebody that has been controlled by this emperor, this person of power, a fire sign. We know it's Aries, but to me, this signifies somebody that has a great amount of power. And she's been ended up as the wounded warrior. She's been hurt before. She's still standing. I just heard infidelity. She's dealt with a lot behind the scenes, but she keeps going back to him because he keeps being in her ear. I just heard convinced, so maybe still like convincing her to stay with him. And it may not be just that, but it just feels like he tries to also express that in a very charming, charismatic way. It's not giving like forceful, at least how Matthew perceives it, but it's just, she keeps falling for it. She keeps falling for the okie doke, allegedly. I just heard she's just as complicit. Okay, so let's see what's challenging Matthew in this situation. What's his current challenge with this situation? All right, we got Four of Wands. Death. I already feel like I know where the energy is headed. It feels like the family dynamic, the family unit would never be the same. Like death to the family unit, it's just not going to be the same anymore. I just heard broken the family, break apart. And then Three of Pentacles, it feels like also because of the family unit being in jeopardy of transformation, it's not going to look the same. It feels like they're all trying to figure out how to put the pieces together. Like everybody is going to have to figure out her PR. So they're going to have to figure out how this is going to be covered in the press. If they're interviewed, what are they going to say? How are they going to tackle this? How are we going to stand in solidarity? And it's something that they're all very worried about because we have Nine of Swords. And as I mentioned, this is like what's challenging Matthew right now, because now I'm seeing like... I just saw the title of his job position at that university, that college. So maybe this is something that's going to affect how he works at the university, or y'all correct me if I'm wrong, but I thought he had a job at the university, like in music studies or business or something like that. So now it's figuring out how our lifestyle is going to look. I don't know if he's getting any payment from the Carters, but it's just feeling like now we're all going to have to figure out how to rebuild, how we're going to rebuild the wealth. It's not 10 of Pentacles. It's 3 of Pentacles. So we may not have much, but yeah, what are we going to do? How are we going to put this back together? This is going to affect everybody's money. All right, Ace of Cups, the High Priestess, Eight of Swords. Hopes and fears for Matthew is that whatever he has been feeling about this situation, because I just heard like gut feeling. So like I said before earlier in the reading, he may not know everything. He may have heard whispers of different things happening. And again, it doesn't feel like he's seen everything. But whatever he's feeling, like some secrets that he has like gut feelings about, whatever these secrets are, could land him in jail. His fears that these secrets and these things that have been going on behind closed doors are going to get exposed, because we have Queen of Swords here at the bottom. So that's like somebody being very honest. There could be a woman coming forward or someone that's a truth teller, but whoever this is could allegedly put somebody in jail. But this could also be the justice system too. So he's worried about things that you've done before, secrets that could land you in prison that are very illegal. But I do want to clarify hopes and fears just to confirm what I'm feeling about, like as far as the justice system. Yep, and now look, Queen of Swords actually came out, and then we have Seven of Cups. Yeah, I also just feel like hopes and fears. He just fears that somebody is going to come forward and really just unload the truth about this whole situation. But whoever this is, or whatever this is that's in his fears, is that they are trying to lay to rest. Because I have Four of Swords at the bottom, Two of Cups collusion. That could be a relationship as well. We have Knight of Pentacles, Ace of Wands, which could be a phallic symbol. So yeah, know some stuff from the past. Six of Cups, Page of Cups. Look, another queen. There's a lot of feminine energy in this reading. Women that are coming up for hopes and fears and challenges. Yeah, like I said, he knows. That's how we even got to the offer in the first place, because he knows, okay? I don't know the specifics as to what he knows and why they decided that this was the best option for their daughter, allegedly. About to go down just like Diddy did. Spirit just told me like to leave it at that. Take with that what you will. I'm going to do a prediction for the near future for Matthew as it pertains to this whole entire situation, any scandals. It's going to happen for him, at least from his perspective, in the future. All right, Eight of Cups. I just heard I can't do nothing with that. Huh. Six of Cups. The Magician. Just heard again, you're literally tarnishing everything we worked for, everything we worked hard for up until this point. You know, the past, it feels like it's coming back up for a reason. And I feel like Matthew, in the future, he's going to walk away from it. And when I say walk away, not literally walk away from them, but he's not going to want to comment on it. He's not going to want to talk about it. This is something that he's just kind of like, what am I supposed to do with that? What am I supposed to do? Heard you made your bed, you're going to lay in it. So I think even he is going to have to wipe his hands clean of this entire situation in the future, whatever is going to come. All right, so we have the Lovers. All right, Four of Cups. Matthew has a lot of cups in this reading, so he must really be very emotional about everything that's happening. And I feel like it's more so not only emotional because it's his daughter's legacy on the line and he feels for her, but everything that they have literally worked for from the late 80s up until 2026. Like, they've done a lot of work to put her up where she is in her career. They put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears into her career for everything to just come to this point. Yeah, Five of Wands. So near future about these lovers, I mean, like I said, I feel like he does still want to have a conversation with his daughter, have a talk, help them out one final time. I'm here if you need me type of energy, and maybe even offering it to the both of them. I feel like I heard unsolicited advice. So they're not going to want to take it though, because we have Four of Cups here and then we have Five of Wands. So this could, of course, create some conflict, some tension where you're not going to tell me what to do. This is my situation. Don't worry about it. We got this. But I still feel like he does want to have a conversation with her at least. But this truth is still going to come out in the future. It's going to lead to some heartbreak. And then we have the Moon, some secrets, and then Temperance, that fire sign. What else is back here? Seven of Wands, Seven of Swords. So he's going to want to keep his hands off of it as much as possible, but I feel like he is going to give it one more attempt to try to help him out, try to give them some PR advice, just again, unsolicited advice. But it feels like they're not going to take it. They don't care. They feel like they have it all figured out, but it could, like I said, cause some tension between the two. But you know what? Y'all got it. You're going to do what you want to do anyway, so I'll let y'all sink or swim. I'll let y'all do what y'all do since y'all got all the answers. But he's wiping his hands clean. I'm literally seeing somebody at the sink like washing their hands. In the future, he's going to definitely like step away from it and not want to be part of whatever comes in the future. At least now, as it relates to the files and these allegations and things, they're not going to listen to him and what he has to say at all. All right, well, that is it. I will see y'all in the next video, but I appreciate you taking the time out to watch. And yep, that's it. Take care, y'all. Bye.